ini mempunyai dua program, yaitu MBA dan MIM, Master in Management. Sebelumnya, saya dari Kaplan akan memutar video dulu ya, teman-teman, agar tahu perkenalan apa sih Kaplan. Mau ditunggu.
Sejak ikut kursus di Kaplan dan diajar sama teacher-teacher yang juga sangat sabar, ramah, dan mereka juga paham gimana caranya mengajarkan kritik dan JRI, saya jadi lebih pede gitu untuk mengerjakan soal-soal JRI.
Sangat membantu kami, para student, untuk bisa mencapai nilai tertinggi.
Dan mendapatkan tips-tips yang sangat membantu dari para pengajar untuk bisa menyelesaikan soal-soal di tes JRI dengan baik.
Dan saya melihat signifikansi kenaikan di mana hampir mendekati sempurna.
Para tutor yang luar biasa yang membentuk saya yang tadi tidak mengerti what is GRE, what is TOEFL, tapi mereka bisa membuat saya menjadi the most improvement untuk 3 kategori, the most improvement TOEFL, the most improvement GRE kuantitatif, dan the most improvement GRE verbal.
Ya, tadi itu dari Kaplan mengenai profil Kaplan, dan saya akan menjelaskan sedikit lagi tentang Kaplan. Apa sih Kaplan? Sorry. Ya, jadi Kaplan. Nah, ini kita adalah the world leader in task preparation. Kita sudah pengalaman lebih dari 80 tahun dalam persiapan ujian bahasa Inggris, dan kita juga mempunyai 240 pusat studi di seluruh dunia, termasuk 162 pusat studi di Amerika Serikat. Dan kita juga telah membantu lebih dari 3 juta siswa untuk mempersiapkan diri menghadapi ujian yang diperlukan. Ujiannya yaitu kenapa Kaplan? Nah, karena Kaplan adalah satu-satunya kursus untuk persiapan TOEFL IBT, SAT, GRE, GMAT, dan IELTS di Indonesia, dan kita juga mempunyai online practice test langsung dari Kaplan USA. Kita pakai kaptest.com, dan kita juga mempunyai original material yang dipilih secara cermat dan dapat disesuaikan berdasarkan dengan permintaan teman-teman semua. Dan kita juga mempunyai guru yang berkualifikasi tinggi. Kita mempunyai bilingual teacher yang sangat berpengalaman dalam mengajar. Jadi bisa dipastikan setiap siswa itu bisa improve nilai-nilai siswa. Nah, kita mempunyai beberapa program, yaitu GMAT, GRE, TOEFL IBT, IELTS, TOEFL ITP, dan SAT. Dan selain itu, kita juga mempunyai General English, Academic Writing, Business English, English for Academic Purpose, dan Conversation Skills. Jadi kalau misalnya teman-teman sebelum join di kelas persiapan GMAT, GRE, TOEFL IBT, IELTS, TOEFL ITP, dan SAT, biasanya teman-teman akan mendapatkan placement test dulu untuk tahu sejauh apa nilai dari teman-teman semua dulu. Kalau misalnya nilainya memang masih kurang, teman-teman bisa ikut program yang General English atau Academic Writing atau Business English atau Conversation Skills. Seperti itu. Dan kita juga mempunyai slogan High Score Guarantee. Nah, ini adalah contoh placement test result. Dan placement test result yang kita gunakan juga memang disesuaikan dengan official testnya. Gitu. Jadi memang sama seperti apa yang diteskan, diujikan di tes IELTS-nya atau TOEFL-nya atau SAT-nya. Berikut adalah contohnya. Jadi di IELTS itu ada listening, reading, writing, speaking. Jadi kita lihat kira-kira saat sebelum join di Kaplan, teman-teman itu nilainya, subscore-nya itu seberapa besar. Nanti setelah di Kaplan, setelah join di Kaplan bisa improve seberapa banyak gitu. Dan kita juga ada beberapa tes saat join itu ada tesnya juga. Oke, dan ini adalah untuk placement test result GMAT dan GRE. Ini akan teman-teman dapatkan ada quantitative score sama verbal score-nya. Jadi benar-benar disesuaikan dengan disesuaikan dengan tes officialnya. Dan ini adalah beberapa contoh dari student kita, dari Muhammad Haikal dan Matthew Terentine. Untuk Muhammad Haikal ini bisa mencapai skor GMAT-nya itu 650, which is tinggi sekali. Dan TOEFL IBT-nya itu bisa mencapai 111 dari 120 maksimum score. Dan untuk Matthew Terentine, awalnya saat join, Matthew ini hanya mendapatkan 1280 untuk skor SAT-nya, dan setelah join di Kaplan, dia bisa achieve sampai 1540. Nah, ini adalah testimoni dari student IELTS kita, dari Christopher Burusa. Awalnya dia hanya mendapatkan 7.0 saat placement test, dan setelah join, dia bisa mencapai skornya itu 8.5. Ini dari 9. Jadi 8.5 maksimum skor untuk IELTS itu adalah 9, jadi ini sangat tinggi sekali. Dan Muhammad Gaiskari Putra pun juga dia awalnya 7.0, dan setelah join di Kaplan, dia bisa improve menjadi 8.0. Perlu teman-teman ingat, untuk meningkatkan skor IELTS 0,5 aja itu agak effortnya harus lebih. Dan selain itu kita juga mempunyai beberapa project company. Ini adalah student experience dari Pertamina, dari Barudin, Aryo, dan Rido. Waktu itu jadi Pertamina mengirimkan karyawannya untuk preparation IELTS dan GRE di Kaplan EduTech. Dan ini adalah contoh student-student yang kita bantu untuk masuk ke kampus-kampus luar negeri. Dan ini adalah contoh klien kita dari company, dan masih banyak lagi ini. Dan selain EduTech yang menyediakan untuk preparation program ataupun English course-nya, kita juga mempunyai DTC, yaitu Edu Expert untuk study abroad. Jadi teman-teman nanti bisa consultation. Nanti untuk proses registrasi dan student visa pun nanti kita bantu. Untuk flight ticket accommodation juga kita bisa bantu untuk kasih suggestions. Nanti juga akan ada briefing pre-departure sama admission documents. Itu nanti, jadi kalau misalnya teman-teman mau ke IESE, nanti kita bisa bantu, apalagi kita sudah partneran sama IESE, jadi kita bantu untuk admission-nya semua. Jadi teman-teman tinggal siapkan dokumennya aja, seperti itu. Baik, karena waktu juga sudah menunjukkan 16.45 waktu Indonesia Barat, jadi kita mulai aja untuk main event kita hari ini. Oh iya, saya juga ada guest star, ini dari student dari IESE, yaitu Reza Mario Ibrahim ya, Reza ya. Iya, ini adalah student Indonesia yang ada di IESE, jadi Reza nanti akan sharing experience-nya Reza selama di Barcelona, selama mengikuti kampus di IESE ini. Dan kita juga ada Dongmei Song, ini adalah representatif langsung dari IESE. Hi Dongmei, how are you today?
Hey, how are you, Kilan? It's a pleasure to be here. Would you like me to share my slides now?
Yes, okay. Please.
Thank you
Okay,
so much.
please start.
Yes, can you see it? Is everything fine?
Yes, we can see yours share.
Okay, fantastic. So it's a really pleasure meeting you here. So first of all, I would like to briefly introduce us and also a current student at IESE MBA. As Reza need to go back to the class, he's in the class break, And I would like him to share his experience with you and give you also the opportunity to ask him some questions, some burning questions that you can actually get, some insider's perspectives. Okay, so first of all, my name is Dongmei Song. I actually graduated from IESE's PhD program rather than from MBA. I joined IESE PhD in the year 2007, and it took me 7 years, 6.5 years exactly to finish. Upon graduation, I was offered with this opportunity to come back to China and work for IESE in mainland China. So I've been in charge of MBA admissions together with alumni events, career support, and together with other corporate development initiatives in China. And I'm also in charge of MBA admissions for Southeast Asian countries and together with Australia and New Zealand. Okay, so it's a really nice pleasure to be here. I have been working for IESE for more than 9 years, so it's actually my 10th year. So I know about the school quite well. So if you have any question, feel free to ask me after my presentation about the school. So first of all, I would like to give the floor to Reza, who will introduce himself and also give you his personal experience, share with you his personal experience with IESE MBA. So feel free to, to unmute yourself or raise up your hands and ask him the question right after he shares experience, or you can also type your questions in the chat room so that will remind him, of answering all your questions. Okay, so I think the floor is yours, Reza. You can start sharing your experience. Let me stop my slides.
Ya, thank you Dongmei. Thank you Mas Gilang. Halo teman-teman semua. Ya, please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Reza Mari Ibrahim. I'm from Indonesia, of course. Currently, I'm a first-year student of IESE MBA of class of 2024. Before joining MBA, I used to work for Astra Honda Motor in 2 years, in 2010 until 2012. And then I moved to Bank of Indonesia, the Central Bank of Indonesia, from 2012 until now. So currently, I'm sponsored student in IESE MBA from my company. So yeah, if you have any question about IESE and how my experience is, I will gladly answering your question. And because I only have a limited amount of time, so I will briefly sharing my experience. So I'm currently first year. I have finished my first term in IESE. My experience is amazing. That's the first word that I wanna tell you guys, because IESE, as you know, is a top 3 MBA top 3 business school for MBA in the world. Have been named by Financial Times recently. So you can imagine this program is very highly, I would say it's very high rigorous, and it's very challenging for me, but also elevating myself to be better in many aspects. Because first, MBA in IESE have a very good program. We use a lot of case studies. We use 3 case studies per day, which is, you can calculate it by, I've been doing 100 of case studies over the past few months, and they have a very good professor. They explaining the case study very well, and the point of being an MBA student is train your critical thinking about your decision making because it is something very related to our career. In our career, yeah, we know a lot of technical skills, but when you grow up in your promotion and you get into the managerial level, the important things in your life is you have to able to make a decision with limited amount of information, and that's something that IESE MBA is strong about. So, and also, what's the benefit of having an MBA in IESE is because we are in the center of Europe. We have very highly diverse students from all over the world. We have more than 55 countries, and 85% of students is international. So the difference between the MBA or business school in US and Europe is basically the diversity. If you're choosing to have a MBA in the US, maybe more than half of the students are American. So, but in IESE, more than 85% is international. So I've been assigned in Munich section, and I have a team member that will be together with me for this whole year. And it's from 9 different nationalities from China, India, US, Ukraine, Italy, Peru, Spain, of course. And that makes me have a very different perspective on how I see the world, how I solve the world, how different our characteristic and culture makes our thinking is very different. But that makes me more rich in knowing how people think about same things, basically. And yes, I also have a very highly specialty program. Like if you're interested in finance, data analytics, internal business, and sustainable, that's something that have been growing up recently. Yes, I also have a very good professor and have a elective related to that knowledge. So you will have a good opportunity here. And last, I think my last sharing is about the city. Yeah, I know. Learning and study in as my graduate is want to elevate my skill, my career. But on the other side, we need to refresh ourselves. Barcelona is a good city. The weather is very warm for someone from tropical country like us. So it's not very chill, but at the same time, you have a more opportunity to go travel abroad in Europe, because once you've been have granted a resident permit in Europe, you basically can go to any European country without hassle to having a visa, everything. In last 6 months, I've been traveling to 6 different countries: Netherlands, Austria, Hungary, Budapest, France. I've been traveling, and I plan to travel more in the next years in my study in IESE. So that's another benefit to having a study in Europe, for example, and in Barcelona for precisely. I think that's summarize my experience so far about my academic and about my private life. And also, I forgot one thing. Yes, I also give opportunity for us to visit a very top global company, and also we have a very high opportunity to have an intern in their company. Recently, I visited like Nike, Uber, and understanding how their business works, and that's also increasing my knowledge. And maybe I could implement it in Indonesia back if I'm going back after study here. And also, I'm currently applying for internship for a top company in the world, and I hope I could get admitted in the summer internship. So I think that's for me. If you have a question about my experience, I would glad to help. And I will write my email also in the chat. So if you have a further question about this and I have to go to leave this event, you can directly send an email to me and I will help you and answering all your questions. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Reza. Wow, so now you're a world citizen, yeah, not only Indonesian citizens.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can see others' perspective from other countries. Okay, well, that's good. I would like to ask, how's your daily life in Barcelona? Is it hard, or is it hard to blend with the local people?
Yeah, that's something that I also worried before coming to Barcelona, because I heard that Spanish people doesn't really speak English very well, but apparently it's not that terrifying. Yeah, thank God I still live until today, so I could live every day. My daily life is very, very well. My typical days is like having a breakfast and having 3 cases in campus from 8 until 3, and then we have a team meeting, and then we also have a team dinner, and we have a social life, good social life in MBA. So basically, my daily is so far so good.
Okay, so when you talk to other people, you don't tell them "habla español" like that, yeah?
I did that.
Oh, you did that.
Español.
Yeah,
but and also if you're applying to IESE, IESE giving you a chance to have a business Spanish program.
Oh,
So
wow.
basically you can learn about basic Spanish, not very fluently, but in the meantime you can keep increasing your Spanish language. So I could talk a bit in Spanish, just a bit.
Good then. So IESE will support you to have a bandwidth local ya, usually ya, so you can socialize
Yeah,
there.
for sure.
Oke, teman-teman, ada yang mau ditanyakan sama Reza? Dipersilakan. Oh, banyak nih. Timo, dari Timo. Wait, dari Pak Yogo dulu. How do you describe IESE culture? Is IESE more competitive or collaborative?
Okay, thank you, Prayogo. First of all, because IESE is top 3 business school in the world, so you can imagine all the talents in here are amazingly smart. But don't worry, in IESE, because we are very diverse, everyone is like helping you a lot. It's like more collaborative than competitive. Even we are individual, we are like said, highly talented people. But when we are doing the case, when we are discussing in the class, we are not competing to each other. We are collaborating to each other. For example, I could give a perspective from emerging countries, and many people, other people giving a perspective from developed countries, for example, like US, but they don't dominate the class. We're learning from each other. So don't worry, it's very collaborative, even we are in the very highly competitive class, but we are very collaborative. And as I mentioned, I have a team from 9 different countries, and they are very helping me to get through all of this. And that makes me also want to help them in vice versa.
Okay, so there's no minority or majority, yeah?
Yeah. No, it's okay. And
all of you are minority there.
yeah, yeah, that's also true. There's no majority in here. All of us are minority. So basically,
Yes.
the diverse culture makes us very collaborative in the sense.
So you're working together very well, yeah.
Yeah. And the second question is from Timotheus, I think.
Timotheus is for
Yeah.
Yeah.
The second part, do you have any student that join MBA using LPDP? Yes, there is current for this year. I mean, in class of 2024, there's my colleague from Indonesia named Erin. He is LPDP awardee for this year.
How many Indonesians there in your intake?
In my intake, there are 3 in the first year, and there's 4 in the second year. So in total, there are 7 currently in IESE MBA, but there's also 1 in MIM and in MIM,
yeah. Okay, so I think we will send 2 more this year for MBA. Yeah, from Mandiri. You're from bank, right? Indonesia.
Yeah, I'm from Bank Indonesia, and one of my colleague in my intake also from Bank Mandiri.
Oh yeah. Yeah, now we have 2 more from Bank Mandiri.
Oh, that's great.
Okay, is there anyone who wants to ask Reza about his experience and how is life in Spain or IESE? Anyone? You can drop your questions in the meeting chat, or you can unmute yourself to ask directly. Or if you don't really speak English, you can speak Indonesia. Kalau misalnya nggak bisa ragu untuk ngomong bahasa Inggris, pakai bahasa Indonesia aja, nanti Reza ngerti kok. Masih ingat ya Reza ya bahasa Indonesia ya?
Masih. Boleh pakai bahasa Indonesia juga.
Iya. Hai Timo mau tanya lagi?
I don't think so, because Dongmei will explain it later on her presentation. But currently I just submit the registration for the LPDP batch 1 2023. So hopefully I will join in IESE MBA at batch 2024. Hopefully, because I am on progress in GMAT course with Kaplan. So hopefully the GMAT score will be fulfill the requirement for the IESE MBA admission.
Amin. Okay, thank you, Timo. I hope you will join Reza later on, ya.
Sure.
Yes. So Mas Reza maybe berarti ada Mas Hoki ya?
Ya. Kelas dia second year. Kenal.
Oke. Ya, dulu satu kantor.
Oh,
Ya.
Oke, you're
Oke,
new
Michael
there.
Susanto.
Iya.
Mm-mm.
Oke, dari Prayoga lagi. Wait. Thanks for the great explanation regarding the cultures. I have another question. How are the living expenses in Barcelona compared to other major cities? Ya, ini living cost ya, kira-kira ya.
Thankfully in Barcelona, the living cost here is much cheaper than any major European country. For example, London, Paris, and Munich or Berlin. Barcelona is quite cheap regarding to that, so don't have to worry. And yeah, I think so far,
Good.
compared to all the Western European country, Barcelona is one of the cheapest ones.
Cheapest.
So yeah.
How much do you spend per month?
For example, for one studio bedroom in Barcelona, you can have only for 700 euros, and it's also already in a good location near to public transportation, and it's all fully furnished, everything. And if you want to go more cheap than that, you can share you can be together with flatmates. So there's one, for example, 3-bedroom apartment that have a good facilities, and it only costs you like 1,800 euros. So you divide it by 3, so it's only about 600. And I can guarantee you cannot afford that 600 euro per month if you're living in London, Paris, or Munich, for example. So it's very cheap, and also for foods, it's also like 7 euros per meal. So it's very affordable for Indonesian.
Okay, so actually living cost is based on their lifestyle, yeah. I mean, like if they
Of course.
buy foods or buying the groceries, it will be different cost, right?
Yeah. So if you
Yeah.
can cook, you can save a lot of money. You can using all the public transportation. It's very good in Barcelona. You can use all, for example, using a T-usual card that costs for currently is like 20 euros, but you can go anywhere, anytime, unlimited for a whole month. So it's very cheap.
Okay, how about the transportation? Is it cheap as well?
Yeah, for the transportation, Barcelona, one of my biggest surprise is Barcelona public transportation is very good. It's all connected. You don't need to have a car or motorcycle. You can go use metro or a bus, and you only need to spend like 20 euros per month currently, and you can go anywhere around Barcelona without having to give you another cost. And if you want to go cheap, you can rent a scooter or everything is provided here. So don't worry.
Okay, Pak Prayogo, is it answer your questions? Or anyone else? Because Reza is having class after this, yeah?
Yeah. I need to leave at 11:15.
11:15. What time is that?
I mean, sorry, 10 more minutes.
10 more minutes, oke.
Yeah.
Oke, mungkin kalau nggak ada lagi, mungkin Reza bisa leave duluan aja, nggak apa-apa, karena buat siap-siap kelasnya. Ini lagi di kampus berarti ya?
Ya.
Oke, boleh lihat belakangnya nggak?
Ini currently I'm in the cafeteria.
It's fine.
So this is basically, I will move my camera here. This is our cafeteria. This is nice place.
Kantinnya kayak gini ya?
Yes, it's very good for people to chill, have a chat, and have a lunch here. So the facility is also very great.
Kayak kantor ya? Kantin kayak kantor ya? It's like in the office. Wow, it is good.
Okay. So I think Gilang, I have to go. Dongmei,
Yes.
Thank you for this opportunity, and guys, I hope you could I could meet you in next year. And
Yes,
if you have
okay.
any more question, I leave my email on the chat. So if you have any question on how to pass
Apply.
apply and everything, you can email me anytime and I will reply to you.
Okay, thank you, Reza, for your time. Yeah, thank you for having us.
Thank
Yeah,
you so
thank
much
you,
for
Gilan.
your time.
Yeah,
Thank you, Dongmei. Talk to you
Enjoy your
later.
case.
yeah.
Bye for now. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Oke, itu tadi pengalaman dari Reza, salah satu student dari IESE. Sekarang adalah so now is the Dongmei session, ya. So Dongmei will
thank you.
explain about IESE, about MBA and everything. Okay, please Dongmei, the floor is yours.
Thank you. May I know if we've got any potential MIM applicants, or is simply for MBA? If not,
how is it? Sorry.
If not, I would just be focused on MBA if we don't have any potential MIM applicants. Okay, but I can introduce a bit about MIM, but let's focus on MBA application then. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Just
So first of all, the school is, the mission statement is very important for the school. It's also good for you to know so that when you apply for IESE MBA, you know what things are very important to the school, right? So, and the value fit is very important. So IESE mission is really committed to the development of business leaders who aspire to have a positive and lasting impact. So we do this through, fostering the leaders' professionalism, integrity, and spirit of service. As Reza just mentioned, that IESE has really collaborative culture. So I think that the culture by itself has been also, reflecting our mission, right? When you are a positive leader, when you are going to make positive impact on the other people, you really need to work with people. And it's just for you to know in a few words. I think that leader with integrity is very important. We have mentioned about corporate social responsibility as IESE, and when leaders make decisions, they always consider people. So this is something that IESE has been really focused on, and IESE is one of the business schools with the longest history in Europe. So it's founded in 1958 in Barcelona. This is where our main campus is located. And we also talked about the rankings, right? Financial Times just released a very recent ranking, and IESE is ranked as number 3 in the world, which is amazing. And the number 1 for corporate social responsibilities in Financial Times MBA ranking, right? For the previous 2 years. And this year, the indicator has changed a bit, but IESE is still very strong in things like sustainability, for example, number 2 in the world. And for executive education program, we have been ranked number 1 in the world for the consecutive 6 years. So the message is that IESE has been ranked as a top business schools for almost all the programs, and all the faculty at IESE teaches not only in MBA program, but also they also teach in executive education program and in global EMBA and among others. Okay, and IESE also, as I mentioned, our main campus is based in Barcelona. This is where the MBA program is based in, and we also have other campuses around the globe, like in Madrid. And where the MIM program is based, okay? And also in Sao Paulo in Brazil, and in New York in the United States, and also in Munich in Germany. So we really have a very solid global presence. As you can see that I'm based in Shanghai in China, and we also have offices in Hong Kong, in Singapore, and also in Japan, okay, in Tokyo. So IESE has a very strong focus on Asia. We really provide very strong support from the local perspectives in terms of our local knowledge, in terms of our career support, alumni events. So we would like to really to make sure that IESE also has international standards, also have a very deep insights on the local markets, Okay, and we've got 15 associated business schools. Namely, they are the schools that IESE has helped to set it up in emerging markets. Like in Shanghai, IESE helped China Europe International Business School in Shanghai, which is also very highly ranked business schools in the world. And also we helped other business schools in South America, in Africa, and those schools are all the best schools, one of the best schools in their home country. And the 5 pillars, as I mentioned, that IESE really focus on people, because we really trust that people are the most important assets in the company, and we fostered entrepreneurial spirit, and a lot of our alumni set up their companies years after they graduated from the school. And as you know, that as a leader, you need to make solid and prudent decisions, right? So IESE provides the general management perspective. So it's very important that you know about finance, that's great. But if you don't understand marketing, understand operations management, or other aspects, it's very difficult for you to make a holistic decision. So therefore, through case study method, you learn every single aspect. So IESE will give you a solid foundation for you to be a very competent and a prudent decision maker. And the positive impact, which is fully reflected in the mission statement. So when you, as an applicant, when you are taking the interviews, for example, with my colleague, I think if you can demonstrate your motivation to make a positive impact on the society, it would be really good for us to know about your fit with the culture, okay, and our value. And of course, we are truly diversified. I will share with you the diversified student body so that you know that you're going to be immersed to a very, very rich culture with, students from about more than 50 different nationalities. So the experience will be very interesting, and it will be also very helpful for you to develop your global leadership. And case study method, I think that if you get the chance, I would encourage you to sign up for one of our virtual open days so as to experience the case online, though the class participation is much more interesting. So the fact is that you learn not only from your professor, who is like a conductor in the orchestra, you more learn from each other. So case study method is really about interactive learning. So therefore, we're doing our best to select the best people from the globe, because by doing this, we can provide you a very good learning experience, right? You are from Indonesia. If we select you as a very excellent, candidate to share with your cohort, you will learn, everybody will learn from you, and you can also learn from each other. So preparing for the case, as Reza said, every day he's got 3 cases, and so he's busy for the individual case preparation, and everything. So then you participate in the class. So after this, you have a very solid understanding about business knowledge, and also develop your skills. So as I mentioned that yes, you have different programs. I don't want to introduce you all of the programs, but just focus on MIM a little bit. So in case you're interested or your friends are interested, this program is for young people who have only got less than 2 years of work experience. Okay, and so from our class profile is also quite a diversified, and so case study method is the unique element for this young program, right? For the young people, they haven't got enough work experience, but they still can learn from each other through case study method. So this is really IESE is quite strong with, and by doing this, those young people can actually join a top company in the world and can be quite competent as a junior manager. So this is based in Madrid, and the duration is shorter, is only 11 months. So, and accordingly, the duration is also cheaper. And people are interested. I guess Timo is interested in MBA, career support. But for all the programs, IESE has been really serious about helping our candidates to grow both personally and professionally. So those can just give you, you can see the list of companies, they are only examples. We've got more than 400 multinational companies which are recruiting from IESE, from MIM, and also for MBA candidates. And so I would just simply skip for you. I mean, if you're really excellent, and for MIM applicants, we even have the scholarship up to 100%, but this is based on merits. You need to write a scholarship essay and to justify why you deserve the scholarship. And like Madrid campus is also beautiful. I visited there, and it's quiet and very environmentally friendly. And of course, in Madrid, you can enjoy the beautiful Spanish lifestyle, and the wine, the food, the scenery, so everything is so cozy and very comfortable. And MBA class profile for you, every year we enroll about 350 students from all around the world, about 54 nationalities, exactly for the class of 2024, in which Reza comes from, and 87% are international students. Only 13% are Spaniard, and on average 30 years old, and we aim to achieve 40% women, and we're pretty close now. And GMAT score is only for your reference. It really depends on where you're from, and also I know that Kaplan is doing great to help you. Just do your best to get the good score so that you feel more competent. It is only one of the indicators that we examine. More importantly, we see your overall qualification, right? So we want to see the other aspects. And so you can see that we're very diversified from different regions around the globe. And so the pre-MBA sector will be important data for you to know, to compare if I share the post-MBA statistics with you. So 19 months. And we also have 15-month program as an option, but most of our candidates are interested in joining the 19-month in which you can actually have the summer internship. And even for sponsored candidates like Reza, he's also interested in working in another company during the summer, so to experience different sector, different culture, right? Different, like a company. So that will be very helpful for the learning process if he does not have to find another job. And as I mentioned to you, in the first year, 24 core courses in different subjects, so that you can build up a very solid foundation in terms of your knowledge and skill sets, and through case study that you can actually transfer from knowledge to skill set, which is very important because skills are transferable. Wherever you're going in the future to work in each company, that you can actually leverage those skills developed from IESE MBA so that you can actually make good decisions as a business leader. And the second year are electives. So you have more than 130 electives to choose. You can even choose different concentrations. You can get a certificate and to show the future employer that you're actually solid with this specific knowledge, like for finance, for international business, etc. So that details, you can actually learn a bit more if you download IESE MBA brochure. And so I think that when you join IESE MBA as a student, you will have a better taste about it. And employment and worldwide recruitment. So according to the statistics for Indonesian MBA alumni or candidates, only 50% are sponsored. Okay, the another half are really, you need to sponsor yourself. So this is a very big investment you're going to make for yourself. And if you choose IESE, you give IESE the trust, and we're doing our best to help you to thrive in your career. Okay, so I would say that IESE is very much focused on each individual's, personal happiness and their personal success professionally and personally. So therefore, we do our best to provide you different career opportunities, and IESE is also the target school for for almost all the top players that you can think of, MBB consulting, financial sector, technology, healthcare, energy, among other sectors. So, and we also provide you with so many career forums on the campus, and also, like you can travel to different cities in Europe or in other countries for international tracks, in which you will meet companies and have personal conversation with them. And of course, we also have a very strong system at IESE to support you, so you can have the access to all the company's information, and we'll train you how to be successful in terms of the job searching activities, for mock interviews, a lot of workshops, a CV revision, among other things. Okay, so I would have share with you so much information, because career is critical for MBA candidates, because this is literally what you really want to achieve through investing in a top MBA program. So tuition fees, total tuition for the September 2023 intake is 99,500 euros, as Reza shared with you, and also have been living in Barcelona for so many years. As a Chinese student, I definitely share with him the same view that Barcelona is probably the cheapest city, one of the cheapest cities in the Western European countries. Well, we have a very high standard of living. So meaning that it's not really cheap, it's really inexpensive. You're actually enjoying the convenience of a big city. In Barcelona is a smart city and very comfortable, very cultural, and you enjoy it. The best quality of food and all the luxury brands. So, but in the meanwhile, you're really paying a very reasonable cost that it can be affordable to you. And we offer different sources of financial support. I also heard that you have this source of the local support, but I guess the agreement is to return to Indonesia to serve for some years. So therefore, you really need to think what kind of trade-off you're going to make, right? Okay, but yes, it will provide you with a lot of financial support so as to help you to invest in yourself. Okay, so this is very obvious. For MBA applicant, you seek a career change in a sector, in a role, or in a geography. Right? And when you graduate from the MBA program, you're going to expect a quite competitive compensation and benefit level. And they will sponsor you your visa to work in Europe based on this. But this is kind of talent acquisition. Without such a high salary, they wouldn't have got the chance to sponsor you. So therefore, if you graduate from an undergraduate program from Europe or from a master program, it might be difficult for you to to work in Europe post MBA. But as an admission director who's responsible for China for almost 10 years, I know there's zero failure for our Chinese candidates who have graduated from IESE MBA program, who have received a full-time offer without being sponsored. So you can trust that as long as you do your best in a job searching activity, you win the full-time offer, you'll be sponsored, okay? Because China is very difficult to every single country, and it's actually very difficult for us to get the permit. But if China can win that, I think that you should also get this opportunity. So, and MBA application process, online application. So my suggestion is that you prepare as early as possible because time flies. Okay, and you prepare for the GMAT and all the English test scores because those tests would affect your timing. A lot of people would like to apply, but without scores that would be very difficult. And then you pass to the process interview in which you have a 1-hour conversation with an IESE MBA alumni or one of my colleagues. Okay, then you have the virtual assessment day. In the past, we only have physical assessment day in which you travel to Barcelona, to New York, to Brazil, or even to Singapore for the physical experience. Now, thanks to COVID, everything has switched to online. So actually, it's actually easy for you to join Virtual Assessment Day. I would encourage you to join it no matter what, because and just do your best. Of course, there's always emergency, but joining it will allow you to have a more holistic performance so as to be considered for the admission and scholarship with even better chance, I guess. Okay, and then you'll be informed of the final decision. So I think that those information can be easily found from our website. And if you could catch up with the round 3 application deadline, I would certainly encourage international students to do that as early as possible, because it might take quite a lot of time for you to get a visa, right, to Spain. And so if you apply early, the earlier the better, and also consider the scholarship and admission possibilities. I think that applying a little bit earlier is better than later, for sure. Okay, some student profile for you to refer to. And you can see that Reza shared and another student, a female candidate from the same year of class. And also we got MIM student and simply, just list a few alumni for your reference, okay? Through LinkedIn, you can approach them and you can find more alumni. I think that they will be happy, most likely to share their experience with you, even though they're busy. I think in general, IESE alumni are very supportive and they are quite responsive. And so this is I think that through our IESE website, I would certainly encourage you to search for the virtual open day in which you can join one of the case presentations online. And very relevant to you, actually on 28th, if you can catch up with this event, sign up for it from our website. I think on this specific day, I offer time slot for one-to-one conversations. Okay, so I'll be very happy to speak with you to answer your specific question about IESE MBA. Don't worry if you're not applying this year, okay? Because some people are connected with me for 5 years and eventually they applied. So I'm very patient. I've been working for IESE for 10 years, so I can wait. But it's more important that I can help you understand the school, because this is such a big investment for your future. You need to be very comfortable about your choice and make the prudent choice for yourself. So I will be there to help you. And so, I think that website by itself is very important through social media and through blog and Facebook, So I think that just my message is that just if you really are interested in one school, do your best to get to know about it. It's like finding your future wife, future husband, future partner, right? If you don't invest in your time, it's very difficult to find the best fit. So I think that, of course, blind love is also important. I think that probably you love Barcelona, or you like the comfort of city, you like a case study method, but still you need to investigate a little more so as to make a very good choice for your future. Okay, that's it. I love the background photo of Gilan. So we share, and Sagrada Familia is really historical. It's amazing. And the city is amazing. I have been living there for years and just love it. I see it as my second hometown. And Barcelona is a smart city. As you know, the Mobile World Conference every year, all the giants in the technology sector will get together and just share their wisdom. So it's a very, very developed country, a city in terms of the technology. Okay. And the food is amazing. I haven't been there for 3 years due to COVID. I can't wait to go back because now China is open. I just love the food there. And of course, this is something I also miss, watching the football game with a big crowd and just to feel the passion of the city, and you will forget all your worries. I think that this is something that you won't miss when you live in Barcelona. And of course, you want to go. I mean, I know in Indonesia you have one of the best beaches in the world, but Barcelona also has a beautiful sea line and a lot of nice places for you to see. Okay, so that's basically about my introduction about the school. And if we still have some time, I will be happy to answer any question you may have.
Yes, teman-teman ada yang mau tanya? Wow, dari Prego, I'm interested in IESE consultations in ESG, sustainability, but I'm still unsure of Spain's lower ESG index or ranking compared to other European countries, Nordic, Germany, UK. How can IESE ensure that students can get top-level sustainability knowledge from Prayogo? Thank you. Prayogo.
This is a very, very good question because if you see the latest Financial Times ranking, okay, so this year the indicator has changed from corporate social responsibility in the previous year to sustainability specifically, and IESE is ranked as #2 in the world for this specific indicator. So which is amazing, right? Why? So don't look at IESE as a Spanish business school. Okay, IESE is located in Europe, and we share the knowledge. I mean the most advanced knowledge about sustainability. And I know that Barcelona as a city is a smart city, and we certainly have a high standard for that too. But IESE is a knowledge hub for sustainability, not only in terms of the knowledge by itself, but also, sharing the business insight, among all those top companies. So we get together, we have the conferences, we have a lot of seminars about that. Of course, you also get a chance to, to speak with companies, leaders, from the companies. So there are many different occasions for you to get to know about the knowledge and also learn about the best practices offered, not only in Spain, but also in the whole European continent, and even from other countries that IESE has influences with, like we have our New York campus, we have our, Sao Paulo campus. So we share not only the local insight, but also the global perspectives. Okay, so for that, I think this year also, we also have a carbon footprint. This is a new term in the indicator. So I think that, you will learn a lot of new terms and also how companies deal with it through case studies. I think this is very important for you to really combine the knowledge with the business practice. So I hope I have more or less covered your question.
Does it answer your questions, Diego?
Did I answer your question?
Okay, for anyone else who wants to ask? So actually, yeah,
and we even have, by the way, we even have our German campus. Okay, so we have another campus in Munich. So this is not really isolated local market, not only for the knowledge sharing, as I said, that this IESE is through case study method, we have the knowledge, we have the knowledge from all around the globe. So every day you discuss about cases in China, in Japan, in South America, in Europe. So you have a lot of opportunities to get to know, the knowledge and, shared from the other countries and through our faculty from different countries. So our faculty also from more than 30 different nationalities. So certainly you'll get the world-class knowledge from IESE for this specific topic, especially if IESE is really good at it and is quite focused on this.
Okay. Okay, so that's answer his question. Thank you, Dongmei. Anyone else?
Excellent question.
Yeah, you can ask anything because Dongmei has 10 years experience in IESE, so you can ask anything. Anything else? Oh, how about I didn't see maybe I skipped, but for MIN we have 100% up to 100% scholarship, right? How about the MBA?
For the scholarship we offer, we actually have the statistic in the slide, so I remember it. So we offer 10% to 50%. Okay, but we also have some extreme case, like for Africa, for example, which is even higher than 50%. But for Asians, we just expect to have, the range of 10% to 50%, depending on your qualifications. Okay, just demonstrate your fit with the school and just do your best in the evaluation process. I think roughly like 40% of the admitted candidates will receive scholarship. Okay, and more than about 68% female candidates enrolled in IESE MBA will receive scholarship. So this is the very general statistic for you for your reference. Okay, of course, you are as an individual will demonstrate the best fit. So this is the very general statistics for you to refer.
Okay, so how does the IESE evaluate their qualifications? I mean, like, how can they measure it?
Very good question, because there's no way that you have objective like kind of like indicators. Like we don't really only see your GMAT score, even though it's quite high. It's quite important, I know. Your GPA, of course. I mean, your work experience. But more importantly, we see the subjective data by speaking with you, knowing about your motivation, your communication skills, your leadership potential, your enthusiastic about helping others, for example, right? Because now it's very easy for us to see your competences from your previous experience. But more importantly, not only MBA admissions, but also for future employers, we are looking at your potential as an individual. For example, we would like to see whether you are very interesting people to speak with, whether it's pleasant to work with you, right? Because it's important. At IESE, every day you have a team meeting with your cohort, you need to be collaborative, right? Supportive, willing to help, and those kind of soft skills are also very important. And your curiosity to learn, even though you don't speak Spanish or you haven't really working in multinational companies, probably your lack of international experience, but you demonstrate your curiosity to learn, saying that because I really need that, I want to learn that, I know that my weakness, so therefore I really would like to join IESE because IESE is strong with international experience, with global leadership. I think by justifying this actually may give you a chance for us to see your motivation to join IESE.
So guys, you have tips and tricks, from Dongmei, how to get a higher scholarship. Okay, if you apply from LPDP for LPDP, it is fine, but don't forget to come back to Indonesia because our Minister of Finance asked many of you to come back to Indonesia.
Yes, I know. Yesterday I had an info interview with one applicant from Indonesia who raised up the same concern because he needs to balance his personal career goal with the control about coming back to the home country, because of this. But this is always a trade-off, right? But I think that learning, no matter coming back to your home country to serve your country or else, I think that through IESE MBA, certainly you will increase your knowledge and skill set, you will be more competent, and it will be a door opener for you in the future.
Yeah, so after you graduate from IESE, you'll be more competent to serve Indonesia, and you can share your ideas and what you get from IESE more better. I mean, like that. Okay, anyone else? Nothing. It's okay. So after this, if you we have another one.
Okay, very good question. I see that. Taufik, there are a lot of students coming from an engineering background, and is IESE good for operations and supply chain specialization, as Barcelona is more of a tourism city? How does IESE help students focus on particular specialty? Okay, so this is a very interesting question because IESE is pretty much general management perspectives, but which does not mean that at IESE you learn everything without being good at one specific field. which was a very different concept, because at IESE, for example, I mean, first of all, talking about the engineering background, in fact, about 60% of our candidates before joining IESE, they have got their engineering backgrounds. Okay, so it seems that if you have got this background and you actually combine with a top MBA program with solid knowledge and skill sets in business, right? It actually will open your door to be a business leader with a solid engineering backgrounds and together with a knowledge and skill sets as a manager, right? So this is actually your edge. So therefore, actually we have the statistics. It's very interesting to know that before joining MBA, quite a lot of people are engineers, okay? But of course at IESE you have very interesting backgrounds, people with very interesting backgrounds. They are dancers, nurses in ICU, they are soldiers, they are lawyers. Therefore, the program is exactly interesting because of this. You can have the chance to speak with, people with diversified backgrounds, not only about their nationality. They have so much to share with you, okay, from their personal experiences. So therefore, I would certainly see that. And for operational management, I know, and supply chain. So IESE is pretty strong about that too. Not only for that, we're strong with finance, and in fact, CFA even gives IESE the certificate that, or the recognition letter, IESE's courses has covered up to 70% of the courses offered by CFA. And also like for marketing, because the idea is that if you are a competent leader, you need to know a lot of things, and all the knowledge and skill sets are meant for making decisions rather than simply about the name or the term or the technology or terminology, right? So but it's meant for decision-making process. Therefore, I think the beauty of the case study method is really to apply your knowledge for decision-making process. So it's great that you are good at operations and supply chain, but more importantly, you need to combine with the other knowledge and skill sets so as to make a prudent decision as a leader. Okay. Therefore, MBA is quite different from other programs, like a master-based program, which is more specified at a specific field. But IESE is more solid with the general management perspectives. But because IESE is such an intense course, like a program, even though you enjoy reading the cases, but you will learn a lot. So if you are focused, you are very interested in operations and supply chain, in the second year, you can choose more courses related to that. Okay?
Okay, Taufik, is it answered your question? Thank you very much for the insight. Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, anyone else? Timo, do you want to ask something?
Yeah.
Okay, please.
So Dongmei, related about the concentration and also the electives modules, is there any like minimum requirements? For example, if I want to take concentration in marketing, and I want to mix with some modules in finance and sustainability, for example. Is there any minimum requirements I need, the minimum amount of modules that I need to take in marketing, or I can just mix it, depends on my interest in that modules, around I think 5 concentration in there in IESE.
Yes, quite a few people are interested in the concentrations because they are very relevant to their future career, right? If you would like to be in a kind of financial role, you might choose finance as the concentration so that you can, it is a signal to the employer that you're good at it, okay? And you're also very serious about learning it. But of course you can pick, like something from everywhere. So in which that as long as you can fulfill and your GPA, your credits, and that's purely manageable and acceptable. And for concentrations, this is only a plus for us to give you a specific certificate in a specific, for the specific businesses and knowledge and skill sets, so that you can actually, benefit from from finding a job, or like doing or you perform your job well once you join the company, right? Of course, if you don't want to have a specific certificate for finance, for international business, for digital realization or something like that, just feel free just to choose everything as you prefer. But of course, your time is limited. Don't think that in the second year you still have a lot of time. You might be still busy by simply getting all the required credits, right? So and just be prudent in your. I know that from your you might be very curious in learning, which is a very, very admirable quality for us. But still, once you join the program, and you also need to look for jobs, so having the priority and also planning your time well are exactly the very good skill sets for you to learn to develop as a potential business leader in the future.
Okay, I see. So yeah, I got it. Interesting. Okay, I think that's for me. So I think I will schedule a one-on-one in on
Fantastic.
the.
I would love certainly speak with you. Just feel free to do it so that you can choose a time slot in the Calendly that my college will pass to you. Okay?
Okay, thanks Dongmei.
Thank you.
Okay, anyone else yang mau tanya sebelum saya tutup sessionnya, before I close the session? Nothing?
So I'm going to once again type my email address here so that you can keep in contact with me in the chat room. So I believe that in the slide, if you would like to also to have the presentation, I can share with you the PDF document that with my email address there, and just feel free to contact me at any time. Okay?
Oke, yang mau catat emailnya Dongmei boleh. Dongmei Song @iese.edu. DM Song, DM Song @iese.edu. Okay, let's sense.
Yes.
Yeah, Dongmei Song. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Okay, let's.
Timo, thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you, Timo. Okay, let's sense. Anyone else? None? Okay. After I close this event and you just remember what you want to ask, you can ask me, or you can direct email to Dongmei after this, or Reza. You can do that as well. And for admission, actually we have a partnership with IESE, so I can help you with the admissions and documents and visa as well. So, but for visa, you need to translate to Spanish, right, Dongmei?
That I'm not entirely sure. Yes, I think so. Because when I applied for the visa, it was like 14 years ago. I couldn't recall that clearly. Yeah, of course, you would need to spend some time, but it's great to have your support. I did it all by myself. So I was not as lucky, but I believe through your support, it is even easier. So that shouldn't be a problem.
Okay.
Just to follow the process, okay, by the consulate.
Oke, jadi teman-teman kalau misalnya mau konsultasi lagi nanti dengan saya bisa, dengan Dongmei langsung direct email, atau ke Reza untuk direct email juga bisa. Nanti juga saya bisa bantu admission sampai ke biaya pengurusan visanya. Gitu, dan ini for free untuk ke kapalnya for free. Paling nanti untuk ada commitment fee ya, Dongmei. We have a commitment fee, right?
Excuse me.
Application fee. We have the application fee.
Yeah, right? I think so. There's 150 euros if I remember well, right? But I don't recall that figure exactly.
Yeah.
So I believe that when you submit your application, then everything is clear. It's not that much.
Yeah, nggak mahal. Oke, udah waktu Indonesia Barat sudah menunjukkan 17.50. Mungkin kita akhiri dulu session ini. Maybe we can end this event. And if you need something more, you can ask me or Dongmei or Reza once again. Okay, thank you everyone for coming today, for having us, for your time to join this event. Thank you, Dongmei, for your time. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Timo, Prayogo, Taufik, already answer. Oh, sorry. Give the questions. Thank you,
you so much.
everyone. Yeah, bye.
Thank you, Gilan. Thank you for
Yeah,
your
thank you,
participation.
Dongmei.
Thank you
Thank
for
you,
your
Sila.
invitation.
Thank you, Timo. Bye-bye.
Bye for now. Take care.
Yeah,
Bye, Gilan.
bye, Dongmei. Thank you.